This week's DRM Not Included on F5 Live Refreshing Technology is proudly powered by Amazon Prime. We all know that you get free shipping on millions of products with Amazon Prime, but you get a whole lot more. Like free music with Amazon Prime Music, free TV, movies, and documentaries with Amazon Prime Video, free games, and a free Twitch subscription to support the content creator of your choice with Amazon Prime Gaming, plus a whole lot more. We've got links to all of these features and some of our favorites, plus a 30-day free trial, all by going to f5live.tv/prime. If you don't already have Prime, definitely go grab that free trial before Prime Day this week, because you're probably going to want it. Anyway, so another company, we just talked about Twitter and the weird position they're in. Another company that's been in a weird position lately has been Reddit. They've had a very wild 2023 so far. They were involved in a lawsuit that they weren't involved in that the plaintiffs wanted Reddit to unmask some of their users for conversations they had about not anybody involved in the lawsuit. Reddit said no. They went to the court to try to compel. The court said no. Then they seemed to be inspired by Elon Musk and Twitter's high fees for API access, and they tried to pull the same thing. A lot of communities went private in protest. There have been all kinds of interesting things as a result of that. As of right now, nothing has changed over there. But seemingly in a bit of circular karma, the company has now gotten itself involved in another lawsuit with the same plaintiffs, a semi-new defendant, and a familiar claim. So the first lawsuit was against an ISP that kind of doesn't exist anymore called RCN. RCN is now owned and operated entirely by Astound Broadband. The claim was that they had not done enough to prevent piracy on the network that they knew was happening. They wanted Reddit to unmask some people from a piracy subreddit that had discussed a similar thing, but having nothing to do with RCN. The new lawsuit, same plaintiffs. The defendant is now, I think, Grande, Grande. I'm going to assume that's being pronounced as Grande. Another ISP that was acquired by Astound Broadband. The lawsuit is exactly the same, and the request of Reddit is exactly the same. But I think it's happening in a new court in front of a new judge. So they're trying the exact same request that was already denied by a judge once, again, under the exact same circumstances. A little bit like banging your head against the wall and hoping you can open a hole. It seems like a lost cause already to me.
Yeah. I mean, they should give up. I mean, it's just, I'm glad that Reddit is trying to defend the privacy of its readers. I mean, considering how much trouble Reddit is in right now with its readers,
right?
The CEO there is kind of taken a position to let them eat cake on other stuff. So I'm surprised they're continuing to do this, but I guess it's the least thing that they can do. Besides, who are they to help another business? Like, why should they help another business out?
Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not their problem per se, although I know a lot of companies would say, hey, we'll turn that data over because we don't want to spend billable hours on a lawyer responding to this.
Yeah.
because even if you don't go into a full lawsuit or you win, it costs money.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. It's all so strange. I feel a little bit like what they're up to with the API is almost identical to what we were just talking about with you're about to leave the site. Do you mean to? On Twitter and or Facebook.
yeah.
I feel like it's a little
Facebook. It's
similar.
Facebook,
Like
not Twitter.
Facebook, okay, where they
Yeah,
like they're trying to corral people and keep them internal. And by having open API access, these third-party UIs don't serve any of Reddit's ads or whatever the thing is, and so they feel that they're just losing revenue to that, and so they're trying to
I,
close that up. I don't know if that's what it is. It's just a weird feeling that
I,
I'm getting.
I no, I mean that makes sense. Look, I get it, right? Because we're all in that boat, right? Um, I get why Reddit would want to do that because they need like they're providing a service, they're providing a
Mm-hmm.
community, and if somebody is just using the API to get the data and they're not paying for it, then
Mm-hmm.
that means that people are not incented to go to reddit.com where they see ads, where they are,
Right.
where they're monetized. And
Or
yeah, I get
Reddit's
it. Like
or
you
Reddit's apps. Now, in the past, Reddit didn't really have solid apps that worked at all. And then they went and they built apps, but these third parties are still better. That's why people
right,
want to use them. It's why people continue to use them. Um, if Reddit worked harder on their own app, it may not be a problem. If Reddit, forced add content into the API, which they could theoretically do,
yeah,
they might be able to get around this. I don't know. It
right.
but
I
but
mean,
being in this position, I think the only thing they can do is is throw elbows on every other topic. So I
right,
think that's
right,
why I think they have to fight this. They have to throw elbows in court here, or they're going to absolutely lose all of the remaining trust of their reader base.
right. And just like Twitter, it's not the technology
Right.
that makes Reddit a success. It's the people. So annoy the people, annoy the users at your own risk. It's
Mm-hmm.
not someone could make another Reddit
Yeah.
like very,
Dig.
very, 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 very easily. Uh, but the difficulty is getting people to come there.
Yeah.
Technologically speaking, it's very easy. It's very easy to do.
Discord.
So yeah, well, yeah, Discord could do it. Uh, yeah, there's some things that I'm on It's interesting you say. There's some things I'm on Discord for, and some things I'm on Reddit for.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like the things that are a little bit more exclusive seem to be on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got invited to a like prompt injection Discord where like the
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
prompt injection researchers chat back and forth about like vulnerabilities that they found. So like,
I mean, that sounds like a fun place to be.
yeah, yeah. So, like that's not on Reddit, right?
Right.
Like that, I mean, maybe it's partially because I don't know if they want everybody in the world in there, but also, there's constraints in Reddit. Um,
Yeah, I was just say
so,
there's private invite only subreddits.
uh, so I don't know, but yeah, there's people who use Discord, but on the other hand, Discord like doesn't really work great on the web. They really want you to have the app.
Yeah, they do.
Um, which is annoying. I don't like having all these apps for things that could just be done through the web browser.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so I don't know. I have
Especially since I think
Discord.
Discord is built in web tech,
Yeah,
just like
I mean
Teams.
it works in the web, but it just seems to be like I don't know. I also have a problem switching back and forth accounts. It's somehow I've signed up for some on one account and some on another account, and I can't
Mm,
easily like it's make it really hard to switch accounts. Um, so yeah. Anyway, um, so yeah, it would be very easy for somebody to, just as it is with Twitter, very easy
yeah.
for somebody to recreate the technology. It's all about the
Or
people,
or
and therefore
repurpose
you
the
shouldn't upset the people.
technology, which is what Threads is, right? It's a repurposed Instagram.
Right. Right.
Discord could repurpose Discord and, essentially build a Reddit replacement probably in about 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the back end is
Yeah. They could.
probably similar, if not identical.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so I
So
think that's why I
uh,
think they have to be out there throwing elbows on this stuff because they've got to save face. They have doubled down on this whole API thing. So I think the only thing they can do is try to save face elsewhere. And that's why they're still like publicly fighting this. They're not even privately fighting it. They're publicly fighting it. I think they have to do
yeah,
that. That's my feeling.
yeah.
So, my guess is this is going to go exactly the same way. There's literally precedent on the books for it already. So unless one of these cases ends up in a higher court, I don't know that the studios have any standing here for this. So my guess is by the time we're back together for our next show, this will be over. That's my feeling. And I hope that's the
Yeah.
case because obviously in this case Reddit is in the right. These people are not involved in this case. They were talking about something else and they're trying to be unmasked. No. That it seems it seems like the craziest of requests. So hopefully Reddit
Yeah.
wins once again on this one.
Yeah.
Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of F5 Live Refreshing Technology. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below, and of course, hit the notification bell because we know that subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. If you've got topics that you'd like us to talk about in the future, please comment them down below. And if you'd like to not follow us on YouTube, there's lots of ways that you can follow along with our content by going to plughitslive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all of the ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.